Alright, you guys, I'm here. Just had a small question for a minute. I'm kind of confused about some things. Alright? I am. And I'll tell you, I don't feel my best right now. I am an entire nest of wasps. I've had it out not long ago, and been sort of struggling to breathe for the last little bit, pretty badly. And I'm not allergic, so I don't know why that is. Maybe just too many at once, right? So, pardon me if I'm just, you know, a little bit worse today than is typical for my voice and all that. But, anyway, so, and I'm telling you, I really am having a problem breathing. Um, but you know, I'm not allergic. It's just been one of those weeks, man. First, I and all the ivies were fighting, which is fine. I'm not itchy or scratchy. I don't have it as far as I can go. I never really do, I guess, unless I don't have an immune system at the time. Somewhat working or going through radiation. So that was fine, but then it's been a really rough week, man. It's just my week. As y'all could tell, this morning early, I was having a fight all night with all the raccoons. Now today it's wasps. Anyway, um, I, yeah, I just don't feel my greatest right now, for sure. Um, I die. Anyway, but it was like an hour after that I began having breathing problems. So I don't even get that shit, quite frankly. Hopefully, I'm gonna stay around. Whole damn place lit up. I don't even know why the hell the son of bitches come after me. It ain't bothering them. I don't know what the fuck right now. And then I felt one get me, and I was like, okay, fine. One. I lifted my shirt up off my back so it would go on. And of course, they leave the little markers so then the rest will come out, But this is quick, like if you disturbed a nest. I didn't disturb one, so I don't know where the hell they came from, what the fuck I did. Hell, I was standing on concrete. Now, for that, none of us know what the fuck. But I got it. I got it good. Before you knew it, I was like naked out front. Y'all should have had a stalker. It was great. And eventually, in my man voice, I was like, bro! Holster, come on, everything. I ran to get away from the motherfuckers trying to, like, B-51 me. Because I knew the center and how they mark it. I was like, fuck, I gotta separate. Anyway, but it took about an hour before I started having breathing problems. Just my week, man. Just my week. And it is, for some reason, the trouble breathing is mostly in this, like. So that's a feeling I'm used to. Oh, And hey, it's not the first time in my lifetime I've had issues where been deprived of a little oxygen. I'll be alright. Anyway, so pardon me if I seem a little off right now or whatnot. And throughout the next minutes, because I'm probably not going to be here. I think coffee and rest is where it's at currently for me. Otherwise, it was a really good day. Morning was wonderful. Amazing things happened in our lives. Changes definitely headed that way, Good day. Fantastic fucking day. Things are indeed shifting and changing. So anyway, I somebody back there in the back left a thing giving me tips and hints on how to do the thing. I'm gonna try that. I didn't try it, but I'm gonna try that. We'll see if it works. On the nail stuff. So if it works, I'll let you know. Alright. So I just I kinda wondered what the hell the ass clapping and why Sleazy Keys was smirking at Upchurch getting sued. Can't quite make that make sense, and so I tapped the button, y'all. I tapped the button, and this is what I heard. This is what I heard.
Okay. Spectrus Eye, you hold the power.
Secret is MVP Asia Wilson's go-to antiperspirant. It's earned Allure's Best of Beauty Award 3 years running.
Well, the verdict's in. Ryan Upchurch just got hosed down for $17.5 million. I think that you want my opinion. So if no one is really hip to what's going on, Upchurch during Kylie Rodney's disappearance, he sort of did the round robin thing that he did with Summer Wells and made a bunch of crazy claims.
No, wait, what? Keys? And we know the birthday, I get the behavioral movements. It's not really extending your... there's something to that moment you feel, right? You feel it somewhere. Odd. Irony? Hypocrisy, maybe? Round robin, you say. Alright. I don't know what you're fucking smirking about, dude. I don't get it. But alright. Alright. And do you mean Summer Wells? As in, and this, that you're round robining? And wait a minute. Hold up. Now hold up a minute. I have questions. You mean the one where Upchurch was over here handing everybody out money, including your buddy Doug and all that? But Ryan did seem to have a lick of sense more than some of y'all times, quite fucking frankly. Do you mean the same true crime community that the article, if you read it, actually mentions? And how the bullshit's bullshit, You mean the same one Upchurch has been fucking around with? You all. The Glare, you, Benny, all the rest. What did that turkey do? I don't know. A bunch of you for years. Right? Conspiracy this, whatever that, But Upchurch wasn't half as bad as you all. Nowhere near it. Now, I will tell you during the Kylie Rodney thing, I got pretty disgusted at the fella. Because that shit was bullshit. And let's be serious here. Half of y'all were following that around and you were pumping out the same bullshit with him. Some were making money on the anti-Upchurch thing, right? But let's be real, you were helping that along. Y'all were also tormenting the shit out of him at the time. Clearly, the dude was smoking this air, but y'all make it this, he was all, well, we'll listen.
He claimed that this was all a scam for GoFundMe money. And
Well, I mean, honestly, I know in Kylie's case it's not it, but now on your all's part, you all helping put out that propaganda and shit to scam the world and make them think whatever and get you some more subs. I'm like, sure, but can you blame Ryan in his head for being like, wait a minute, I know the true crime community that I operate within and with for all these years does in cases, and they make people believe shit false and all this propaganda, and then they make money off of it. I mean, he knows the drill, right, Keys? But as I recall, a whole hell of a lot of y'all around here, the same true crime community keeps doing this in high-profile active investigation that Upchurch has been within for years. Y'all been knowing it as a unit, as a squad, as a gang. Mm-hmm. Yeah, with intention. Hi, how are you? Greta Van Fleet here has things to say about it. And I think I fucked up a one stream or two when I called her Greta Van Suster. That old school weird English faced lady, but whatever. They'll make it a thing if they want to. My God, she's terrorizing people with the cats' names. Anyway, so I'm kind of wondering what Benny's over here clapping about. You know what I mean? Him and all his buddies, everybody were team was like, yes, right. Like when Ryan came in the room, I was like, man, he's just a normal human, whatever. You know, treat him like what, leave it be. But he was definitely going around and y'all fucking money everywhere. What he operated with inside this true crime community for years with. Ain't that something, fellas? Ladies and gents. You know, Summer Wells, he was doing. You know, I mean, like. But in Summers, oddly enough, he had more of a goddamn clue and act right than you all have ever had. So, you know, watched him lose his shit and do it in Kylie's made me sort of want to vomit and die. Because that shit was fucked up that he did. But honestly, I mean, shit, y'all were tormenting the hell out of him too during that period to make him go even further. And the boy definitely went right. He was going through shit. I don't know what was up with Upchurch. I just know he wasn't acting right. And that was way too far. And that boy ain't coming back from whatever edge he's on seeing. Like, you know what I mean? And y'all have been fucking with him hard. Hard. Absolutely. So, you know, but anyway, let's carry on here.
Just did the most. During that time, he also made a bunch of what appeared to be, in my opinion, drug-fueled videos where he was doing acronyms with Mel's name and trying to tie him into stuff with kids and.
Wait. Do you think, Keys, that like when you were giving my children other names, or when Sage or Annabelle or Dino / whatever, you know, when they were all doing that too, and all of you, and then you're like, no, we're just trying to date them, and we all knew better. And all that. Do you think, I mean, you know, and putting out the worst shit like Annabelle and Sage only did while making money up, and like you did while making money, and profiting off of the tormenting them and giving them disgusting and all the shit, and behind half of it, wouldn't that be on the same sort of wavelength, everybody? And you were definitely drug fueled, right? So if the drug fuel didn't excuse that, behavior for Upchurch or anything, if he was indeed drug fueled, which I mean, you smoked back then, at least as far as public. No, I don't know what else. But you definitely are shit. But, like, and that didn't excuse or anything, no matter what was wrong. It looks like it didn't matter to a judge or jury, whoever did this, and made his cheeks clap for 17.5 million. Huh. Do you mean like when Jenny and Adrian and this whole crew, I mean like all of you in the thousands, made up the stew, the soup, the shoot, torment, gross, with my name for all the years, and definitely most of you on substances of some kind. Does that apply? You think? I'm just curious. Keys. And though I'm saying keys here, when I say that, I just want y'all to go, no, she means all of us. All of us for all the years. From the acquisition hunting team before ever public, since Kane was like crazy crime chick. Hey, my neighbor heard it. You mean that? I mean that forward. Don't you fucking make any mistake about it. Y'all have done this in a G-Unit gang. And there's proof of it. They only got Ryan's ass for doing Ryan things. Imagine if they had went broader with all those folks who's been, oh shit, that's you all. In all these cases. Like Summers he's been in. Oh shit. Oh shit. And do you think Upchurch, I know he has a large platform, but all that shit really went extreme because y'all bounced off his platform wanting to use this there at times, and then you made it go even fucking further into the stratosphere, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Y'all sure as fuck did. Yep. Alright.
Back, Mel also had a lawsuit against him, but subsequently dropped it. Ryan Upchurch has really done the most this time.
But did he do it alone? No, he fucking did not. As a matter of fact, Keys, I have a few of you motherfuckers tied to him and with him while it was being done and helping us with it on and putting it out into the stratosphere. Sure do. Did he do it alone? Absolutely fucking not. Hell, I think a few of those like holograms shit are helping him with that. Heather Lynn of the Jennifer Vincent pot exchange and Iron Hill apparently doesn't excuse Ryan's actions. I hope it'll excuse yours. Oh shit, was Dan in on that crap when we were being stopped? Oh, tormenting children, encouraging record. Oh shit. And with the group giving us all names, accusing us of the worst shit, saying things were absolutely false, that we'd already proven were false, the world knew was false, there's enough proof of, released immediately. Once we were about all this, and y'all did it anyway for all those years. Intentionally, without care, concern, while laughing in our faces, screaming, oh, Jody Stu will never sue, she can't, she's a public figure, and we can't be held accountable, and we're not actually committing federal, it's a year statute, and blah, blah, blah. You mean I'm like, shit, dumbasses? And hell, look at this, he won that shit. And he wasn't even stalking nobody or calling in and doing outright open blackmail in front of the public or anything. He wasn't doxing the fuck. I mean, like, by standards, Upchurch, he didn't do the most to Kylie's feeling like y'all done the most to all of ours and all the locals here. In a well-organized, proven, factual group, doing it in many cases. Using federal means of communication to do it intentionally and with purpose. Strange, eh? Chuckle fucks. Chuckle fucks. And then you can show the same pattern with audio, case after case after case after case. Propaganda, bullshit, building of narratives, targeting everyone from the victim, survivor, fighter, their families, community, neighbors, law enforcement, fucking with feds, courts, judges. I mean, going so far as to stalk, blackmail, attempt to get people murdered, try to push them to sue. Oh shit, Keys, you did that with Piper, Andy, Becca, Jenny, and Adrian out riding in the open, and with you all timing rooms that we have proof of. You literally were trying to push people to suicide and ended up. In order to take possession of their child, it was a little bit to see how get info. And to get them shut by scamathons. Oh, there's actual scamathons, you say. Damn. I mean, can you blame Ryan for being a little like... I don't know, he's used to y'all's playbook, so he has to wonder, I guess. But, you know... I just wonder, man. By all standards, actually. I mean, he was pumping out some shit because his platform was used, but you all were helping in it. There's proof of that. Too bad the lawyer didn't go a little further, eh? Make everybody's ass cheeks clap. I know a bunch of you that helped in that shit, including little critters you have had helping the entire time and inserted in Summer's case. That are super Creeker fans. Yep. How you think Ryan knew about us, man? I know who asked Ryan at first to get involved. Now he did source to my doctor's people, but only Google Maps. Not up close. Anyway. I know that most of us thought, you know, anyway, he didn't do the same shit with this. Yeah, but I don't know, by standards, you hold up what Ryan did to Kyle, which is disgusting. Don't get me wrong. That pissed me off, infuriated me. I thought, is all the cheese slid off that motherfucker's cracker? That's when I lost any respect for that. I was like, what the fuck, right? I knew he was going to shit in his personal life, whatever. But that's no real... And he was dealing with you all, too. And you all propelling the whole thing. And I mean, I can't tell you any screen recordings and shit. I got a bunch of motherfuckers that are embedded inside in Summers over there, I mean, part of the Creek Squad, and then doing that shit. And Summers all these years, too. And then Upchurch, obviously, giving you out quite a bit when it come through, right? I remember you and Claire and the rest fucking around with Ryan during times. Doug, all the rest, you know. So, I just want to know what Keys is giggling about. And by Keys, once again, I mean all y'all. Tell me again how your ass cheeks can't be clapping. And when they just one fella who can pay $75, but all of you can be brought into a court setting in the group manner and sued collectively or charged criminally as a ring. Y'all want to keep laughing over all these years saying, oh no, statute, you're Jody Sue, you're public, all the people in Beach Creek, they can't ever do anything. All these people everywhere we've done this to, they're too poor. What if I told you that this entire time, lawyers have been pretty goddamn aware and have said from the beginning, we could make all your ass cheeks clap. Some of us have chosen to hold. You know, and at first they were all about the big guys, right, doing it. Like the McDonoughs and shit, because damn, if that shit didn't start there. Anyways, but I was like, no, when it reached a certain level and you watch shows like Vincent and Heatherland and the Brads and the Cams and all the rest of you, right? And the fuck shit like the Grindstaffs and Inbox, all of you. The Sages, the Annabelles, the Jennies, the Adrians, the Chasings, the Nanners. Do what they've done, know how they've done it, all that shit. I wanted all of you tracked down. From littlest to biggest. Smileys, Justins, everybody in between. Couple years, thought, you know what, little ones aren't necessarily whatever, you know. May not do anything, does, you know. Definitely like pumping up PA, all the rest, you know, those and that we can leave all the things, right? Squall tits, everybody else. The Rojos, the motherfuckers, the Tiffany's, everybody. I do, you know, at a point I thought, well, I'll leave some beatings, whatever, but no, gotten a little irked over some of the latest years, and I don't think so. To me, leaving any of you behind, and is not gonna be an option for me. And I hope whatever squeezed out of your ass cheeks eventually, maybe, goes to some good in the fucking world to make up for some of y'all's goddamn evil, terrible, fucking awful bullshit. But I don't know what Benny's laughing out here, though. For real.
If you've been keeping up with any of the Upchurch lore, this arc is arced, right? He's also had a falling out with his manager, Chad Offbeat, and Chad Offbeat has really just been sticking it to him, you know. So I think it's a win for the little guy today. I think that it's also a testament to staying patient, holding out. Now, the interesting part about it is, if you look up Ryan Upchurch's net worth, it says anywhere from 2 to 4 million. Now, of course, I don't believe that at all. I believe it's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 or 30. Now,
I don't know, it depends on what you believe. It's about like a whole bunch of y'all when people were talking about seeing for you suddenly yeeted houses and possessions and belongings into other people's names or made everything LLCs and shit. And that you can show that after people were threatening to sue you. You see, that don't really work that way. Y'all seeing this shit back here? Alright, Cradles. Fuck it. The cat's like, no, I'm gonna. He does that. He gets back here, yanks him down. Oh, acts like they're a baby Bjorn or something. I don't know what he does. He does things. Right now he's having a tantrum, so. Cause it's thundering and stuff and he can't be out, so he's mad at me currently. Anyway, I don't get the ha factor here. Do you? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Can still be problematic. 20 is just enough. I don't have any idea about the payouts or how all of that is going to be handled. But I can tell you this, he been handled, right? So, you know, it's case in point, right? That certain shit on this YouTube, man, to mess around and change your life. You hear me? And I, really, it couldn't have happened to a better person. He's come on in the last year and defamed everyone from Adam Calhoun to Jelly Roll. I mean, just.
I mean, were these not Kylie's parents and family soon? Yeah. And I'd love to C&D could do that to some of you, but I don't know if they ever were. It's even possible. Just because, well, they've clapped ass cheeks with you and had you all do this shit with their team. So, to others. Yep. Directing you. 75% Tim Mullins roles. Blocking and bashing intentionally and on purpose, right, Keys? Targeting witnesses and neighbors and other community members and all that. Co-workers, jobs Don's displeased with, whatever. That's all really. Did you forget what all you done all these years? We just pretend you're like fairy godfather about. And none of that shit happened. I mean, how about the rest of you? Right? How about that shit Jenny and Adrian chasing all them fake scream death lockdown on them, same shit. And then another fact, there's no way they could do that. They can't walk in courtroom and be like, yeah, we performed a legit scream. No, they cannot. So they come out here intentionally that you see. And then Nana wanting to record all this shit, encouraging. See what I'm saying? How it all just rolls back up to 110, and from that crew intent, it looks pretty goddamn intentional. But y'all been doing this, and you clap ass cheeks with some dirty motherfuckers. Play teams, of course, while you're all the same team. But like Cher, Sleuthing, and Bullhorn did, and Quentin Simons, we all get the drill. And there was definitely money coming and going from Upchurch and shit to half y'all Inslamers, so. Y'all had a problem with it then. Or any of the other cases. Did you? Ain't that weird shit? It's like Ziggy and all the having, Laura Adam shit or Jose Adam shit to target others, put out all this crap. I don't know, like some of us are bought or sold or, like we were prostitute, all that shit, or Ziggy and all the rest of you, all the way back to Piper and beyond, right, Keys? Look what you made me do, Penny. And all that shit, and Jenny and Adrian. This could get somebody, a blue solo. I mean, I don't know how many ass cheeks can clap around here for the amount of fuckery all of y'all done. And to all of us. And when I say all of us, I mean the whole goddamn community around Summer and so many witnesses, it's unreal. And others. I mean, you know how many proofs some of us hold of you all blackmailing other families and people down Beach Creek and shit's getting them in on half your shit and dangling shit over their heads and shit if they didn't cooperate and fucking with all it, It's all of you. It goes to your whole G unit gang gang. In country or out of. Scott Spaghetti Pants, Michelle Trish, you name it. Little stalkers, local disses. And reach out inside the community and grab half their shit they own and will ever own. Just me. That doesn't include the other community members that y'all have had a market on, doxing, taking pictures of, watching, stalking, feeding the information back on and shit, does it? If they've harmed because it's come out of your piles, it doesn't include the fact that someone can prove how far you've embedded, inserted, tampered in with intention to do that, to profit off of and continue to do the scamathon shit off of. So it's no wonder Ryan could have thought some things. And boy, it wouldn't be the first time this group's run with a fucking bullshit scamathon GoFundMe. Does that sound really all that loony around cases to y'all? Because it ain't. Y'all did that over in Summers too several times. Right? Y'all remember the Rose ones or TT was hitting something, randomly enough. Y'all remember all those? Hell, those were happening before we ever knew it. Y'all, you know? And we're public. And you remember like the atheists and all them doing the whole arrest Jody, Sue, and Allen, you shits, and then daring to lawsuit, fake shit. Remember all that shit? That Benny you played into, you knew about it. She gonna get the, yeah, and then it just was meant to mind fuck a judge. While Crystal played in that shit. I have questions.
Mr. Matthews, just on and on and on and on and on. His ex-wife. So I think that you can see that the fallout around Upchurch is real. And, you know, I would hate to see this continue on.
You know, though, what strikes me as odd is that during a certain period of college and all this there, Ryan was starting to call you out. Starting to make the public aware of how this group moved. Does anybody sort of remember that? And how dark and dirty and deep you all were. And then it looked like half of what drove Ryan a little over the edge was the fact that y'all were trying to gaslight him, make him feel like he was goddamn crazy, fucking with him hard, hacking, all the things. Yep. But when the troubles really started for Ryan, he started sort of losing it and was acting so disgusting in colleges is when he started calling out. And he was. He was out in how you all were operating as a group. He was. And then suddenly the boy gets off track, loses his shit, goes full woo conspiracy theory, crazy that he had not prior or previously super went out. It's almost like you gaslit that motherfucker into insanity. You know? I can't imagine. I mean, I've watched the links y'all go to around. Some of us, obviously, that won't shut up and keep calling you out. Hell, y'all really like to see me dead. That's a fact. That's how far you'll go. Out in public while you laugh and put cash apps and gang on. I've watched it the whole time I've been here. From Squall down. I've watched it. I've watched it. From pinning you down, Keys, Jenny and Adrian, Ziggy, Blue Soul, all of you. Pumping up, but yeah, I've watched it, man. So with someone with that large of a platform starting to call you out and how this group operates, and him not thinking it was right and this the other, and then he starts getting pushed to the brink where probably not in the best of mindsets anyway because of what he's going through. I don't know. But I will tell you, no matter what he was doing in around Kylie's case was disgusting as shit. Um, I'll make no excuses for him on that, but y'all definitely, as a group, were fucking with him on the same psych warfare. Everything's hacked, this, that, bullshit as you do the rest of us. And online continually in all these cases to anyone who doesn't shut up. Some can withstand it, can recognize it. Some cannot. Ryan has already got the squishy propaganda brain from politics and otherwise. He's more susceptible to propaganda, conspiracy theory techniques being used against him because of that. And being gaslit like a motherfucker, led down all the wrong way, and then getting up to a bunch of stupid. But yeah, I can't imagine how far y'all would go. I know what y'all were doing to Ryan. It was pretty damn blatant. Meanwhile, you were still helping in it. You were putting out all the shit too to propel everything because you wanted to siphon and suck views off of his name and everything else and be in on all that, So let's not forget that as well. And I mean that group wide. There's part that we're doing that with around pumping out the same shit. Others were anti against it, calling out Ryan for it and all that. But hey, like the mass majority, just like Idaho 4, truck driver this, French fry guy that, and whatever, and a babysitter, all this shit, like every case, right? Y'all, the classmates and colleagues you were destroying, you had the food truck guys and this one, you had the Anons and Jeremys in Idaho, and innocent neighbors and witnesses, you had the babysitter and Quentin's, you had another innocent teen and kids and all these others, and Sebastian's. You do it every time. And you've gotten marks about it since summers, And, but you all have done that. And before summers, I can't really find evidence that Ryan was into that type of shit much. But you all have done it. Classic, Sincere, Cash, right, Keith? All these other cases, all the way from Kanika Jenkins forward, and Watts. You name it, Potatoes, look at y'all go. And y'all probably, and there's always, how many times, like when Sebastian started, what was the first thing y'all did to Chris and Seth? Just like you did to Candace and Dawn. Pushing the GoFundMe shit. Every fucking time. What'd you do in Quentin's life? Oh, a GoFundMe, eh? So it's not really that ludicrous that Ryan latched onto that thought or idea. Or there's a scam thought or something. Look at what y'all managed to do to enact and mindfuck two kids that Fred or Frank, whoever the fucking Kentucky situation with Ernie. Y'all damn done well made a whole fake kidnapping, vanishing child snaring. Yeah, okay, tell me you didn't with Jimbo and them. That shit's terrifying. That's terrified the world and what y'all are able to do. You cannot tell me that. I watched that whole thing play. I was like, holy shit. Knew from the beginning that shit was rotten in Denmark. Is your buddy Nick and on play? Come the hell on, what the fuck? So, pardon Ryan for being a little loony, but is he really that loony? But him saying the parents and the GoFundMe, that shit's foul as fuck. Right? But look how many times he's seen on doing that in other cases, though, too. That there's a scam and all. There's inevitably a real one, and then there's always a fake GoFundMe. You all siphon money until people catch on it's not the real one. Just like when y'all drop the family members or anybody's cash ups, like Candace's, right, Keith? Oh, whoops, it's one thing off. Or, oh my gosh, who knows where that went? And then it turns out Candace gets $12, right? and then everybody else gets, but y'all siphon it. You see how it works? So look how many times Ryan's seen on these streets with you all that he was beginning to call out until he went fucking way off into wherever land in college. So there's bits and grains of truth and reasons why Ryan might have done and said some things he did. He's used to seeing it and he knows how you operate. He was calling it out during those periods. But then it went into his conspiracy theory, gullible, mushy little brain for it that was, you know. So it's no damn wonder he went down the path he did with some of that shit. And I don't think he would have if you all had known it. And even lately, last I caught that dude a while back, weeks ago, with that credit card, whatever that shit was, that one guy that in a truck situation or something, and something charging his card. I don't know. Obviously, the boys are like, I'm hacked, this is that, this is whatever, right? But it makes him sound good. But the thing is, you all go that far. You know, so. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen you son of a bitches fucking hack into accounts and eat people's shit out of them and government people and everything else in summers. So you didn't realize that level and their social media and like fuck their bank account shit and leave almost no damn track. I've watched you some bitches hack into the state of Tennessee websites and change shit. Fuck you mean? Or at least use your jobs and change shit. Yeah. I mean, obviously, y'all got people back there like the Audreys and Bells and people in healthcare, all these things. And like Nana, who misused their jobs and tamper with people's lives, like Ziggy when she slipped a while back. She knew certain people had ways of making things reappear or appear, because I swear to God, half the things that appeared for some people in all this, nobody remembers what the fuck, doesn't, you know what the fuck they are, and are clueless. So things just appeared, and Ziggy knew it was happening. So clearly, Ziggy knows people that were doing it right, and only certain types of jobs could make that happen. So, is it really that far fetched that Ryan was really going through shit, but it makes him sound bad shit to the public and otherwise? You know? But it was driving him over the edge or making him feel fucking, you know what I'm saying? This is why I always encourage people not to fuck around with this group. If you think you can play with it in any way, and then not be subject to them doing you exactly as you're helping them do others around these true crime, high profile, active cases, you're an idiot. And if you think you're some cul-de-sac Karen hobbyist or somebody who just wants like a crack fix or something like that, where getting wound up into federal crimes and shit and doing this shit with an online group, it's absolutely organized to us in cases for years, is probably not the best way to go if you'd like to maintain your PTA khaki white fence status. Ma'ams. Oh, we're not going to prison for, like, you know, for eons. I know some of the crackheads, like fucking Florida Whacker down there, used to it, but damn, bro. Anyway, I'm just kind of wondering what Keys is celebrating here. Are y'all just celebrating that Ryan went down alone? Because y'all were helping with that shit. Absolutely. And most of us have been here for years and watched that shit go down around colleges, and we're sick as fuck at all of you. And it's chasing and growing around, pretended they were just the whatevers of everything, and you know the video and look, yeah, while the rest of you, I just can't with you. But I think enough of us watched that I know that most of y'all around here, for all these years, that you all played some role in that Kylie Rodney shit. That was done to that family, those other high school students, that community, the witnesses, people there. You fucked their lives forever just for your cash app gang shit like that, you know what I mean? Like, intentionally. It ain't like you're careless. I could, like, look, man, if I ever thought this was just a bunch of careless morons online, I wouldn't be, like, super, but no, when there's real evidence joining you all together in gang style, and it's intentional, through years and years, as you work your way through all these cases, and now you've come to the point it's so bad you don't go with the natural order of things. Your intent is absolutely to destroy them, target, put whatever on innocent people, try to get guilty out of trouble, hide people, get guilty as fuck, and obviously guilty as fuck people off the fucking hook if they play ass cheeks with you. It's quite apparent you're tampering, and even cases after verdicts and getting shit fucking tampered. It is quite apparent what you're doing. Now you don't go with the natural. The intent is to keep it going for as many years and as much profit as possible. But, I mean, if it was just a bunch of goofy bastards online, singulars acting goofy, and honestly, I see a bunch of those every day. Every damn day. Throughout all the years. They're just dummies. They started YouTube, they talk to themselves, and whatever, right? I don't include them in your own group. They're just randoms out there. I'm like, man, I'm not even right. Because I know they're not with y'all. They're just random assholes there who happen to watch a lot of you bastards. But they're nothing more than that. And so I don't mention them here. I'm like, whatever. And you can tell the damn difference between those and you all. And I leave those the hell alone because they're just misguided people. A whole lot of the misguiding, misinformation, and disinformation coming from, you guessed it, this crew of hunters, acquisition. No, team sports, but the same group, right? No. So it'd be different if all of you were just goofy bastards. But you're not. You are a ring. And yeah, I mean, obviously throughout the years you have character changes. You have the big boys. Like, say for instance, right? Like I've mentioned many times, Summer's case, right? You all then, when Sebastian's came up and after Trevor McDonald played the same shit, you have Emmett on doing the same trigger bitching shit, and like Coop and law enforcement and combined groups working together to do that. And to pull in and do whatever. You watch the same thing happen in Sebastian's. And y'all do the same thing. The GoFundMe, the reward, the billboards. It's time after time, it's the same playbook. But when you watch it over and over again and y'all do it, I mean, like, that ain't accidental, man. And when y'all have those like Justin and Ziggy and Jenny's and all these others asking people to add on information or threatening people's family or blackmail or all these other things that have occurred. And all this, I mean, like, it's mind blowing. But it's been going on for a very long time, and it's time for all of it to stop. I mean, look at Ryan's stupid ass, where he's using all the tactics on everybody. And I'm not talking about Upchurch. I'm talking about Ryan can't find shit. Where do you think the parameters are for that boy who's followed Serafina, who Olives Cambrew was here for all the years and all the shit, and the Bigfoot shit, and the channel, and where he went to like graveyards and shit and tormented us over, and with, in order to please abusers with orders in place, in order to fuck with all. I mean, what do you think the bounds are for that, man? Like, do you think judges and juries and all that just look over all that shit. Everybody's safe. Like, if Upchurch ain't safe, honey, ain't none of y'all safe. And God forbid any his data leads back to y'all, huh? Money exchanges shit in other cases, y'all doing it. I mean, y'all helped put out all that shit in college. You damn well did. I watched it. And just like, I mean, y'all did. Y'all fucking damn sure did. And the more he was losing it and acting crazy, the more y'all fed off of it, made cash up gang, and y'all kept pressing harder and harder and harder on him. And either way, you all are just as goddamn culpable in my eyes as he is. You know? And the thing is, it all started when he began calling you all out on how you're working. But always, inevitably, I mean, it ain't that crazy. It ain't GoFundMe connection, you know, and there'll be a fake one and a this one. And hell, didn't Chasing play on that shit too? With a couple of those GoFundMe things with some funky ass Rosemeyer on it. Yes, she did. Oh boy, so did a few of you all. More than a few of you. So it ain't that wild, and it's done in every case. Like I said, look at Sebastian's. The first thing he did was try to push GoFundMe's and shit with Smiley, trying to get Chris triggered and baited in her room with chat rolling hot on purpose, just like the Emmas and the Facebooks and stuff being advertised to Chris and Seth, and them watching it in the missing sites for Sebastian, just like Summer's Facebook groups and other social media platforms combining, and that way you can get the Emmas and the Smileys and the Ryans to it like Ryan and Emma did, and Layla and Holly, and that triggering pink outfit bullshit and the Creek thing. It doesn't even make any sense. Same players, man. Same playbook. Every fucking time. So, Ryan's thoughts weren't necessarily, I mean, you know, he knows how y'all are. He's calling you out for it. And it's no coincidence that y'all laid on him hard either. His poor little mind was mushy to that type of shit, unfortunately. And damn sure after Jelly Roll, all that shit started. Oof. And that dude is garbage. But I just sort of want to know. I mean, I'll take Ziggy and Fred, for instance, right? Wildly enough, was Ryan advertised that piece the other day. From the other day, today when Zig went live, being like, oh, Michelle mistook, blah, blah, because I mistook whatever, you know, all sorts of shit, right? Nah, I heard that part, I caught it. But the thing is, Fred still be July. You think for two individuals who swear they're just out here, Fred Summer's hero, and he's the key, and for that whore who got famous on the DCS sports, you think she damn well know exactly when those boys going. She wouldn't have spoken and gotten that so wrong herself, right? Wouldn't you think, Di? Mud Pie? Think about it. Ziggy got Ziggy and famous after rock, paper, scissors with Doug. Who, by the way, Ryan was. Who might think that? Over the DCS reports on the boys. And she can't remember when they were moved. She really cares for little Summer Wells, huh? And somehow the other day she misspoke. But actually it's because she misspoke. And then Fred didn't recognize that her correct her in real time. Huh. So he didn't care about that either. Right. They really care, guys. And I still go back to the audio that I played. And go back to Ziggy's first meeting with Fred on the road, right? With the rest of you fucking on the ground squirrels and tow and Yennifers and the kick the zoo animals, motherfuckers. Alright? Go back to that. What'd Fred say about like me and Andy, right? Nothing, nobody, no company, unsociable, Jody Swan and Andy smokes weed here and there. No, they're good, you know what I mean? But the propaganda starts. But you can see Ziggy clearly, even with Fred not anywhere near her, being able to remember clearly and distinctly that Fred had said that. That me and Andy weren't jack shit in it, no drug, no blah blah, no fucking cartel shit, you know what I mean? Weird, huh? So you explain the rest. Ziggy, all the years you and Fred then built a song like Andy's in Knoxville, he's on the road, this is whatever, blah 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 blah. What'd y'all do, mistake that together? Both of you misheard? You weren't that wrong? No, you didn't. You remember just fine from again? Even without Fred there. Bitch, you've been using it as a way to get by with we ain't mine no more. Neither of you cared the other day. You made your ass famous off of these DCS reports on the boys, and you couldn't remember when they were taken? That's some sorry ass shit. Fred didn't correct you, but boy, he just loves everybody. He just wants all the babies. He cares about Summer. He didn't recognize in real time that you had it wrong. See, there's the shit of it all. There's mistaking it, things are misspeaking, but if you really care, man, for a bitch who got famous, built, made to by MGM crew to come in and all the psychics, just like Seraphine your body. Oh shit. Ryan's play the rest, not just Upchurch, but Ryan and Jen are full of shit over there. Like, I know you think you care, but you haven't memorized a bit. I don't forget the date they were taken. You think Fred, who was at the bottom of everybody's driveway, knows all the things, he was nowhere in somewhere, right? Blah, blah, blah. He'd know too. He'd care a bit more. I don't know. See how this works? Ain't something you forget, man. Especially when you rode yourself right into Tijuana and Mansfield here online. On those poor children, Z. You're a piece of shit, Z. So anyway, but my point is like, think about it. How's Ziggy gonna get past that? She clearly, and without separate, knew what Fred said, and then they built a fucking quote empire online about slander, defaming Fred, lying about my kid, lying about my mom's truck, lying about all the shit. That's what they did and built. But it was the request of, and then also by 75% trolls and acquisitions teams, all that shit too. So the point is, you know, how do you get around that? Right? I'm trying to figure out, are we gonna get some like explanation for that Ziggy and Fred? Who mistook who, but could recite Fred perfectly, even separate of him. You could remember back anger, and what? That didn't hold, you could just do whatever with all that you got. You fed and cheesed him. It's like extra Jose, extra this one, extra that one. Laura needs to add extra. You got other goddamn community members in here swearing they were paid extra or paid period to add in lies and shit. And I'm certain Laura is one of those. Here till they still owe her money. But, you know. Either way, and the thing is, like, okay, where I got off track here a minute ago. It's like, say, Summers, right? Case. Online, right? What you have is, at a certain point, so many of you become notorious and for everything. You don't want to be linked to everything, but every case is like this. You all then pull people like Bomb and Mallory and Nonsense and BJ and all them in, right? From usually the hate drama channels, the terrorist channels, because that's all they're built for. Like, you build the CZs, you build the Shays, you build whatever. And they torment the fuck out of people around line, whatever. But they also, the drama community, it's different. It's just a bunch of bitches doing bitch shit like Tiffany did. You know? But also, I mean, fuck, look at that same shit. But the point is, like, so when it was time after Trevor McDonough and the crew they acquired after all things, Sebastian case online, Seth and Chris get brought here by the same methods of combined shit over the missing groups for Sebastian and YouTube, just like all the summers and, you know, watching the rooms run hot with everything, you know, just like you did in Smile. I mean, anyway, what you all do is every case, you build new motherfuckers take over, like Ziggy and this one there. Some of them, obviously, as you can see through the years, have played about 40 different channels. Same voice changers. How many of those have we seen in the summers? Exactly. And if y'all realize the latest one in the streets doing that, I'm asking for a friend. But, you know, it's what y'all do, and you build up the critters in the back that help with some of the worst shit in Summer's behind the scenes, right? You pull them from those communities, they do the pebble dropping, the crazy shit, like the pumping up PAs and shazer bells throughout other cases. And then they're low key, right? And they're small, so it's easy to take care of any of their existing fuckery or evidence they've been doing it. And then you bring them out and build them up into the creators to watch in the other cases, like you did Nonsense and BJ and all them and Sebastian's. And wildly enough, there's always like a Chasing there, a Jenny there, or this one there, whatever, right? There'll be main characters that follow him, but they're all pulled from the same arenas, right? And you always have the goddamn psychic crew of doom, whether it be Seraphina's, Juanita's, because boy, this circuit helps that psychic shit run. Y'all run together hot and heavy and deep. And the conspiracy part of YouTube. You know? It's very real what's occurring and how many groups operate. But then it's like you watch BJ and Nonsense on him, then go and create others to take over in other cases, and it just but it's actually you all's group doing it. Right? And y'all, I mean, it's like if you can track half of you back down, and some of us have, to other cases and behind the scenes dirty work, and then being built up, and especially the researchers to finally be given channels and be in somebody's buzz group. And it's like Summers, if you go back all the way into the scamathons, what were they doing during that scamathon? What were A, B, and on doing during that? I mean, and the whole lot of you. You know what you're doing? You had slaves and there's push money, certain characters, right? The draws and otherwise doing the double ups, which nobody showed receipts for, all that shit, right? Promising that if people gave XYZ, all that scam shit. And don't forget draws, lovely insertion into Reed and O'Keefe and all that shit either. Or Jenny and Adrian's and Chasings. But anyway. And Turbo, don't forget that. And the linkage is there. Anyway, you know, you have the same heavy money pushers and shit in other cases too, and swapping between there and the political realm. And, quote, boots on the ground provocateurs in real life political situations that are changing our politics and our humanity and everything. Not just across the U.S., but across the entire world. That's devastating. But, you know, anyway. I mean, y'all are building these networks, and there's always little ones, and you will always find the Eileens and the Toasters and the fuckers like Michelle's and them to fucking crawl across locally, or the Twisters, or the Brads. There'll always be motherfuckers like that. Always loonies around these actual communities will be like, oh, we're interested in young Taylor, half loony, and then they get up to the dirty shit for y'all, or some local crackhead for $20. So you always have workers on the road, just like Bullhorn, she was proclaiming she still wasn't stalking Sebastian's family. You know, yeah, she was, but she had other little critters doing it. You know, and she was like, no, I am not, but she still was. So were all of you all, because let's be real, everybody on both of those planet and defendant lists inside those courtrooms belonged on the same one, and same side of that shit. But I just, you know, and I know it sounds crazy, and that's what most of y'all rely on all these years, right? It's how absolutely batshit insane and paranoid that sounds to law enforcement, judges, all this other shit, people, if anybody tells them, you know, or says it out loud, and people are like, no, I'm just gonna say no, I'm gonna go quiet because it'll make me look, and then, you know, it's what y'all bank on. It's how absolutely crazy it seems. And you hope you skirt by with it, but, you know, it's really pretty simple. Um, and the baby hacks and all the bullshit, and the usages of people and those with jobs who are just loons, and misusing their jobs to do certain shit. I mean, like, it's all a network, man. And it's no different than the way any other ring operates. And it ain't crazy when you think about it. Just a bit. So, but it's often what you all hope people look like if they say anything to anyone or report or whatever, right? And it does take certain people proving certain things and holding proof of certain things. And how you operate, organize, do this in a concerted group effort on purpose, intentionally, with malice and forethought, um, and always confident nothing will come for you. And you'll never be held to account or accountability pancakes or the fuck, right?
Anybody, right? And so that I hope whatever needs to be addressed in Mr. Upchurch's life, that, you know, I feel like we're on the precipice of it, right? He needs to pull it together, whatever this is here. So, big news, 17.5.
Like real pull it together, or like Saint Pretend, Tiffany Marie K, Ernie Art pull it together? Rinse, repeat. I'm just asking.
$1 million judgment is, that's stiff. It's not one of them scenarios where you're gonna hear me say, yeah, I don't know, that's not enough. That's a lot. You know, that's a lot. And, you know, I think that probably now he'll keep his ass out of true crime, and he probably tighten the screws on that mouth and, you know, be careful.
Oh, bro, man, hell, you even brought your mama into it. Your mama was sitting back on the porch talking about AFOs, putting out propaganda, slander, libel. What's at risk for her while she's out smoking on the porch where you spit? Her, your stepdaddy, everybody else. I mean, like, you brought them into it. I don't know, Keith. What about, like, all these other family members, all these other YouTubers that have been on doing that shit, and people they've made vulnerable around them because of what I mean, like, about the critters. The Yahoos that don't really have any. I mean, like, seriously. You're one of those mid-grade critters, Keith. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. I can't figure out the, I mean, you realize that, But this is not, don't think this is just directed to Keys. It's just because he did the piece. Well, like I said, first, this is one of those, let's say Keys, I mean all of you. Deeds, McDonald's, Rowos, Annabelle's, Sages, you know, Lips, Mulberry, I mean, all of it, man. All of it. All the, like, grind stuff, Psycho, Fucks, you know, the Mindfucker crew, the Trojan crews, I mean, you put it together, you can see the psych warfare, emotional and mental manipulation that takes place here. And by this group, and how it joins all of me, it doesn't take a damn genius to overlap that in any course they go in. And when you do that intentionally to someone and knowing it can cause, and what you're doing is absolutely manipulating emotionally, mentally, you know that's harmful. No matter what reason you think you're doing it for, think you're justified in. You're psychologically and emotionally, and that's abuse, like, and it can cause lifelong destructive harm. Emotional distress. And then you can show you all send these critters, these Trojans, and all that crap to do this and who they work for, and it's back to you all. Like Linder, says Penny, go over here and see if you can just mind fuck her and make her think this, and Scott gets all these things that you all do like that. When you can show, and people are vulnerable to it, or you make them. It's like when you all had all the traffic running here wide open, and you knew it, and there's proof of it, but then you all made it to where it was like, oh no, she crazy, they ain't stalkers. But you knew, just like we knew as we were telling the public about them, no, she's crazy, they ain't no stalkers. Jenny's like, histrionic, so right? But y'all knew better the whole time. So did Scott, the rest, y'all damn well knew. But you tried to make the public believe, right? You knew about the Jennifers, the Nanas, the Vance, you knew. You knew. And you lied to the public initially. I mean, all this stuff, when the traffic's put to make us feel a greater sense of danger and and then to get the bribes and this and that, and to heighten senses of emotional distress around us so that, then we think, and then you get cars similar to abusers and shit like that, do certain shit with. You see, it's that level of what the fuck, right? It's intention behind it, man. And they ain't nobody crazy. It's been proven. It can be proven. It's been done in front of the world. Y'all have had a good time doing that Cash App gang style, I guess, right? Look at Z directing D a while back. And here she goes, a post about blowing people away at the homes of the way and shit. Like dangerous people showing up fucking knocking, all the shit that's taking place that even the public's not aware of, especially since 24. I mean, and then I know some of your luxurious, super extra Superman team around summer leaves right back to 110's responsible for a great portion of it, see. I mean, but it's causing distress on purpose to target an individual. Lasts a lifetime when you cause emotional, psychological damage, like on purpose, like y'all did to Little and others, or breakages in family units, and you can show it's done on purpose, or like pumping up her MPA. Clearly her and Shay working and taking orders and waiting on orders to release or do certain things from somebody, right? During recordings. Oh wait, it was Nana encouraging that. That's right, with an Audrey and a Jenny and Adrian and Andy and a pump in the back. Oh yeah, that's right. And then when pumping up PA is encouraged to shit to family members and trigger bitch and acquire and talk to, and then outright blackmail and all. You see how this works, guys? When you have Ziggy directing Dee to do that shit and to get back to what she was doing, but Tiffany and a few others involved in that, y'all went with the cycle, pull again all the way back to PG. It ain't that vague, but you're intentionally doing it. and it causes lifelong fucking issues. And it's not justified or, and you can't escape that type of shit. And when you can prove half of your people and those you sent for years are doing that on purpose to try to do those things to a great deal, many of us around here. And that is exactly what Ryan lost over, just that little thing. The distress part of it. And hell, that's small fries compared to what you all have done. Around Summers and Sebastian's, great deal many cases throughout all the years, to so many others. Ain't it? Somebody won that much against Ryan because of emotional distress. Caused intentionally segregated up. Y'all went so far beyond that. I don't recall Ryan trying to get families or witnesses murdered, intimidating. I don't recall him blackmailing. I don't recall him, doing a great deal of extreme shit that you all have ever done in cases together. So I guess y'all have your little party and giggles and make some more money off of Upchurch's name. My guess is one day you'll need it. Somebody will be taking it. I don't know. Just food for thought, I guess. Right? But y'all smirk about it, cheer about it. It's the guy y'all had inside this community for eons that had the most tax right at one point out of all of you. Started calling you out, and then all that shit started. I don't know. I wish they got a little farther and gotten all those involved in that, because it wasn't just right. You know. And y'all really wanted him to shut the fuck up, because he was absolutely breaking down how y'all were working and how terrible it was what y'all were doing in these cases, because he come to a point where even he couldn't stomach what you're doing. And y'all really started fucking hard with that boy, and he was very susceptible to it. So, take that as you will, but I do find what he did there disgusting. I did in real times, but I just was like, hell no, and boy, them lost his shit. I don't know. It's gross. Just like I thought everything y'all done intentionally here in Summers is gross. Hold on, guys. Alright, guys. Sorry I'm back. Last one night. It's rough, bro. I'm feeling it. And wasps are not my friend today. Facts. Like I said, I'm not allergic, so I understand mine help. I just been too many at once. I don't get it. So getting up and moving right now. Pain in the ass. I feel like I'm fucking suffocating and dying currently. Anyway, guys, I don't know what Chuckle Fucks is on here about. And by Chuckle Fucks, I mean all y'all. I've been doing this in so many cases. Still are. Including Summers. Yep. No, for fact, it happens every day to some of us. Ain't random, ain't this thing. It's every fucking day. You know? And you face it, you deal with it every day. You deal with the extreme real life things, planning and otherwise every day. And fucking with you every day in real time in real life. You know, it's great. Mm-hmm. You know. And it's most certainly been the case lately. But anyway, I just want to know. You know, he's like, oh, 17.5, 13.7. Not great. I know a great deal many people around here for all these years have been like, well, you know, this looks shady, this way, another than that, but they ain't really got nothing to take. Yeah, they do. Judgments can still be rendered. When they are, you can be forced to sell your homes, your cars, shit, garnish the fuck yeah you can. Alright? Your crypto and spaghetti pants shit, that can now be confiscated by the federal government, especially if y'all pulling it over federal means of communication, federal crimes, intimidation, federal witness, otherwise, you know. Federal fucking crimes. And I've never missed words with that, and y'all have done about 40 different levels. So, you know, but, and civilly, I mean, so half of you transferred shit after being threatened lawsuits even several years ago, and it was an immediate rush to do that. I mean, you've put your family's shit at risk, your husband's, everything else. Your mamas, your aunties, your mammies, you know. And when it's that big of something, it's not going to be turning and squeezing, it's going to be forced to be sold type of shit. So, you know, I know a whole hell of a lot of you when lawsuits and shit and lawyers started going like you all did. We have evidence of it. A whole hell of a lot of you swapping your new 500K houses on butterfly budgets and shit to other names. LLCs going up after your business, your husband's, or this, that, and the other, right? Cars being put in others' names, shit like that. It shows. So I just hope anything eventually comes out of it. If anything does, because, at some point in time that's appropriate for it to. That way y'all can't use those processes as more drama and chaos. In Summer's case, most likely by those who actually give a shit about stuff like that. There's a place and time for everything, And I hope it does all go to something very good that makes up for all y'all's evil, terrible, monstrous, criminal-ass bullshit. It goes to change lives better, save lives. Just make the world a better place. One fine day, right? One fine day. Change will come, I suppose.
He says, I believe that this is also a win for Mel too. He said some pretty foul things about Icked Mel, and by all rights, he should have been hosed down for that too. But as you see, Mel bounced. I wouldn't even want to say bounce back because he didn't even hold it down. But Mel has flourished through it, and being the class.
I recall a few of y'all playing that shit too. Was the Icked Mel shit was going on? Who all was that again? And see where some of us have followed y'all and tracked your shit and the Upchurch, all that crap. You know what I mean? What do you think we've been doing? Just concentrating on y'all? I know I don't talk much about these other cases. I wish I would, because those ain't none of my business. What you all are doing, though, is. So just because I don't every day get on here mention BJ nonsense dates, all the bullshit and all the creators and all the crap running around Sebastians or the Trevors, I mean that, I don't want to touch too close or anything else as far as Sebastian's quote case goes, so I don't. Some of us have followed you through all of them, backwards and forwards for years. Evidence of things left behind y'all can't quite clean up. Your movements, who you're connected to, Reed, Clinton, all of them, Lonnie, Delphi, Idaho 4, obviously. Potato, Harrow, even Guthrie, obviously. Can't miss y'all. But just because we don't talk about those every day. Because doesn't mean some of us don't see y'all and aren't watching. Like Sunflowers, and as the name changes, and 40 Owls and Trojans and Money Pushers and the Dirty Geek Squad and Databracers and Stampers and Eileen's. She got arrested in another one, didn't she? Yeah, different case entirely. Don't mean we don't watch those like Justin's and ICU's or the Hancocks or the AFs or the HEs or whatever the hell's right. It don't mean we don't watch. See, catalog, track, and follow. Movements, connections, the drones, everybody else. Those making the political moves when it's time to jump out on the streets in real life. Protests is there and set shit off, and then payments and money push on it, names. It doesn't mean that people aren't watching, man. And they ain't tracking, or that y'all are keeping them so distracted in other cases that they're not paying attention and everything's cool, man. Because for some of us, the more we can prove it's playbook, it ain't vague, none of these things are woo-woo, and that you all do this in every case. And how you do it, and how you are mobilizing in a unit and a ring to do it, who's giving orders, who's paying, how things are swapping. See, it becomes less and less, oh, you'll get by with it because you're a drug addict. Oh, you'll get by with it because you already have a history of mental health. Oh, you'll get by with it because. Oh, you'll get by with it because. Oh, but look, if law enforcement's called on those like D or Pump and PA or any of those, or the island, it just look like they're mentally ill. No, look, if Cam and them start reporting anything and look, they've blown their hands off for bees and, you know, whatever, right? Discredit, make people look, oh, look, people with mental illness is extra spicy crazy on purpose to. That way law enforcement will be like, oh, just turn it off, ma'am. It's just a random nutter online. You see, follow you enough and you realize. And it's inescapable at a certain point of it. Very recognizable, and the techniques and criminal shit used to do all this for all these years. And definitely a psychological and emotional aspect to it, and tampering from everything to federal agents to deputies, attorney generals, jail systems, judges, district attorneys, you name it. Every damn alphabet agency you can imagine. Y'all just, any links not to get caught like most rings, you know. Anyway, as I recall, y'all did all that shit with Fort Round, Icked Mill too.
Act that Mel is, you've not even heard him speak on this. So now I don't know that he won't speak on this part, but he wasn't laboring on and on and on and on about Upchurch. So Upchurch, Mama tried. FAFO, buddy. You're in the find out phase of the whole fuck around. So keep your head on a swivel, buddy. I love all of y'all individually. Remember, the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
I'll just take my thing. Fuck around and find out, you say. I mean FAAFO. Acronyms aren't. Anyway. And what did he just say? Did he just get his own slogan wrong? With
Have a great day. The whole fuck around. So keep your head on a swivel, buddy. I love all of y'all individually. Remember, the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. Have a great day.
Oh, I don't know.
Introducing new Ben & Jerry.
Anyway, I just find that weird. Y'all find that weird? How y'all gonna be having a party on Upchurch? Y'all done far worse than Upchurch. Through many, many cases, to many, many families, victims, survivors, fighters, community, witnesses, neighbors, law enforcement, court systems. You've gone so far more extreme than fucking goddamn Upchurch over there. And they're in certain years with him, but like, I mean, seriously, guys, what? Oh, y'all just gotta use his name the last time or two to Cash App gang gang, right? Well, pretending you all don't do exactly that much to innocent people. And in these cases, and that you all go more life in extreme than that jackass ever did. Like, you know, I mean, fuck. Look at what McDonald's bullshit cost. And after that shit was a whole ass lie from a whole ass kid. If somebody had line, and then McDonough mixed up another little shit, and you already had the hunting and acquisition team before McDonough even hit ground, obviously. They come straight out of Boswell's connected back to y'all for all you mean. Like, look what the fuck McDonough has caused by putting in that shit. I don't believe it doing anything. Anyway. Yeah. Just him. And he even as big as Upchurch, but y'all played with that sumbitch for all years, ain't you? That's where half the shit comes from. But there's been a whole lot of lying going on. A whole extra payment system for characters to add on or say certain things too since the beginning. Ain't there, fellas? When you're doing that, others do it, and that shows intent. That shows y'all are trying to make content, and it is, and I mean, like, it's purposeful. But I love it always is with all of y'all in every high profile active ongoing case investigation, ain't it? It's done with intention, malice. Not because you're wrong, misguided, none of that, no. There's orders coming down from places to do certain things in certain timed events, cycling on purpose, threats, blackmail, money exchanging hands as you all work as a group. That ain't accidental or wayward souls or the misguided or just the crazy. Though you use the crazy as buffers. It's intentional. Absolute intentional destruction by monsters, criminals, junkies, conning. I love you doing all the evil things for all the evil reasons, and no good to be seen anywhere. Anyway, guys, I'm really having a hard time breathing. Not joking, not sad fish, I'm telling you. So, and is tomorrow not, demon number 1 and demon number 2's court date? Am I wrong? Dire Mud, y'all still here? Aren't the demons having their face off in court tomorrow? Wasn't that scheduled for the 19th or something? Am I wrong? Could be. But one of them is live right now, like. But I mean, you can't be somewhere else, but. Go see what kind of show that is, man. Fucking break. It was all really intentional to hide certain shit and tell they care about a little lawsuit and blah blah blah. I mean, it's just like Dolly taking that charge, and they will just use the fuck out of courts and shit. But Those two demons have a demon problem. Hopefully, though, all that stuff tonight is taken care of in a jiffy. I wish them 11s is. Oh, wait, 12. Anyway, looks like Tijuana miss. Still off track, of course, like always. She'll never explain or give explanation for any other bullshit they've been doing. That poor Miss Scotty Michelle, no, even I caught that the other day. Ziggy said it, Fred didn't correct it. See, they both been June, July-ing all the years. And it looks like Fred's been tippy-toeing with Psychic Band and other local YouTubers, maybe I wanted to put in connection with in the first few days after summer vanished. Probably intentionally so, knowing what chaos it could cause. Does explain a whole level of the night movements, all things, yeah. But, yeah, yeah. But they're not the only chaos makers. But anyway, they've both been June, July, and hell, Fred been July and June since like, well, I didn't see him June 15th other than when he come on the doorway and was like, well, man, I heard him and shit going on things on June 15th. But, like, towed the door on his truck because he come through me, and that was after the helicopter was up. And you couldn't stick a 10-penny nail up at motherfucker's ass as he brought the bike and the trailer through. Contrary to his law, he didn't see him again for quite a bit after that. But see, Fred formulated his story off of what he originally heard, and he can't really go back on it. There's a reason some of us said, like, next day and shit. But the next day's on. And it wasn't a night. But until Fred come looking for an imaginary dog, bro. But since then, for sure, because I know, because I was eyeball to eyeball with the motherfucker, he been Julying and Juning, alright? And it didn't stop, and it ain't stopped Ziggy. So, I don't give a damn, and everybody can say, well, Ziggy, blah, blah, Mr. Michelle, fuck Michelle too. She be Julying all that. Ziggy cool with her, Sky, I just can't with none of them. I don't give a fuck about none of them, fuck all of them. But, you know, fuck all of them. That's how I feel about it. And, can't explain the other, I mean, like, you know, can't say Ziggy mistook what Fred said and whoopsies from at least the first bullshitting quote interview, right? She could recite it just fine, even without Fred present. So explain the rest of the years when she's done some of us with Fred. That ain't mistook shit. That's her and Fred took the June, July ball and ran with it. And then the other night, the lack of respect, decency, and anything to even care about any of these children, especially Summer's brothers, enough to even be cognizant or aware of exactly when they were taken after that bitch dared make a name for herself off of that DCS shit. But yeah, they both care, right? To be wrong about that date, he didn't correct and she didn't have it right. That's a hell of a thing, ain't it? It's pretty goddamn disgusting. Infuriating. Mistook hell. Both of them should have known exactly when those boys thing and realized it in real time instead of running their mouths like. So, Jolene, you mistook it, no you didn't. Y'all just don't care. You're here to take the Fred ball and run with it. All of us are sick of it, man. Fuck you is real, and I ain't mincing words, and there ain't nothing to mistake there. Anyway, guys, I'm on the struggle bus here. So I'm gonna go. And like I said, I don't feel good. It ain't that I'm on morose or sad or anything, I just don't feel good right now. It was a lovely day until it wasn't. Still fairly happy. It was a good day. It was a fantastic day, like I told you. A joyful day. Things shifting and changing and beautiful things took place before even the warmth of the day moved in today, and you know, still overwhelmingly happy and so proud and things moving. But Lord, see what I was gonna do like sort of celebration stuff tonight, but I don't have it in me. So tomorrow it is. I'm hoping just a little rest, and I mean that's about it, right? That's all I can do is rest. But I'm just all wore out and not feeling my greatest. And it's all those damn wasps' fault. I know it is. But so help me if those raccoons start tonight. I'm telling you, I don't know what the fuck their problem is. I've never seen them act like this. They balls to the balls past week or two. I feel like somebody dropped some shake and bake out in a creek or something somewhere locally, and they're just zinging it around the area. And I mean, the other night, I really like. It was like if you could imagine somebody watered up a ball, raccoon in the ball, and just slung it at the door and shit. Like, bro, they're pole vaulting into the doorway because they couldn't see what, I guess they thought they were leaping onto, like, I don't know what the fuck they thought. I was like, holy shit, somebody's coming in. I mean, no, it's fucking raccoons. Pole vaulting. And being blinder or dumber than hell, and I shook the whole damn place down. I was like, holy shit, the hell, So they're wilding the hell out, and they ain't just here. The whole neighborhood's like, the fuck's wrong with that back raccoon? They're wilding the fuck out. Everybody here's like, what the hell? I don't know. These are just extra this season, I guess. Different personalities. Fuck Fano. Anyway, you guys. I'm out of here. Alright? And, y'all enjoy your mornings, evenings, nights, wherever y'all in the world. Enjoy the spec, the best cosmos, those you love, care for the most. Always tell them you love them as they come and go and as you come and go throughout the day, because you just really never know. Enjoy your favorite critter, your favorite snack, your favorite meal, dance to your favorite song, no matter where you are. Enjoy it. aisle number 3 are home in the kitchen making cookies or baked cauliflower, whatever the hell makes you happy. Always remember to be good pebbles and sparks and voices when where you can. Alright, changes lives around you every day and spreads and skyrockets around the world in ways you can't even imagine every day. Changes and saves lives and changes the world. I promise it does. Never forget that. Always dance in all the storms. They pass. I promise they do. Hold strong. Right? Dance in the eyes of all of them. Even as you know another wall is coming. Because it always will throughout life. It's the human condition. It's inescapable. It's inevitable. Make the best of it. But as always, please do share the DV/Universe land signal for help Canada save lives across the board in all kinds of emergency situations, crimes, you name it. And as always, please continue to share Summer's picture, information, and call her by her name. And y'all know what I mean by information. I don't mean social media. I don't mean bullshit talking head news, faux entertainment bullshits that let assholes like these tragedy pimps up on them like Justin and McDonough and Jansen and Moselle and all that fucking weird shit. I don't mean any of those. I mean real investigative journalists, real papers, real news. I mean real federal agencies, national missing, exploited groups, these children, women, victims, survivors, fighters. I mean local surrounding law enforcement, not just for Summer, but for any case you see these tragedy pimps in, this criminal-ass organization in, do the same for all of them. Sebastian, Layla, Holly, the Harrows, for all of these people have done this in. For them for justice and ways for them what these people have done to them, their families, communities, law enforcement, our justice system in each and every case they've already worked through. These people, and these women and children were not just cases or flat images. They were all human and they're human still. Someone found, not brought to their homes, communities are at peace or laid to rest yet, and these people have forgotten about them as they've begged and gotten equipment, and then they've just stopped caring. No more hearts and ones and zeros and prayer hands and teams and sides. Never forget those either. These tragedy events left in their wake. Always share the real news, because this is the most tangible way to help any missing or murdered individual, their families, community, witnesses, law and order, justice. It branches the government online, right? It's the most tangible way in which you can help the victims, survivors, fighters, and to help capture the perpetrators and bring them to real justice, is to share the real journalists, the real law enforcement, the real pressers. Yes, in every case, I think those who want to speak should be able to speak, but not with tragedy, interference, or hindrance. And they shouldn't be eaten alive or destroyed or contented or shit twisted to make them look. They should be just able to speak, man. It's been the way it's been since, well, before you all invented yourselves. But I don't think this realm as it exists now should exist. And I know that without these people doing this in every high-profile, active, ongoing investigation in case surrounding a real-life human being, these cases will be solved much quicker. Perpetrators brought to swift, quick justice, sentences upheld, not tampered with, true justice served for good. And our political landscape, everything concerned with these critters too, wouldn't be changing at the ever-increasing pace it is. This is one of the darkest realms, places this is a thing of nightmares and horrors. Monsters running amok for themselves and never for the victims, survivors, fighters, or justice like the American way. So in all cases you see these tragedy events latched into, I would encourage you to turn away, look away, call them out, hold them accountable. Watch for the twisting, lying, content making, hunting, acquisition, trigger bitching, psychological, emotional manipulation of the masses around the world, people around cases, law enforcement, everything. You yourselves, and always for the victims and survivors, share the real things. The real things, the real pressers, real news, real journalists, real law enforcement agencies, federal agencies, their information. For those like Summer, Sebastian, Layla, Holly, and all the rest, these people devour like Jack and Lily. Damn shame. Cheeks and fuck around and find out indeed, right? One day change will come. Y'all have a good morning, good evening, and good night, okay? Much love, peeps.